media is when the media requires more from the viewer than just vision. So an example of that would be watching television. When you watch television, you have to figure out what's going to happen next. You have to process all the details, and you use just more than your eyesight. You use your brain. Another example is comics. There's limited visuals, so there's not much to look at. There's usually 3 or 4 pictures in one strip of comics. They require you to think and to figure out details and determine meanings. You imagine them in your head of the characters talking, and you put voices to the character. They don't really tell you that in a comic, like what they're supposed to sound like. Seminars is another good example because you don't only have to listen, but you have to write down and discuss topics, and you usually ask questions for better understandings. Another good example is dialogues. Dialogues are very good because they are just a little bit different than books. And a quote that kind of combines all this together that Marshall McLuhan said is, "Any hot medium allows of less participation than a cool one, as a lecture makes for a less participation than a seminar, and a book for less than a dialogue."
Hot media is that which engages one sense completely. It demands little interaction from the user because it spoon feeds the content. It's very basic.
So the difference between hot media and cold media is that hot media takes less energy to participate in. That you're only using one sense, which is your vision. So, for example, when you're watching a movie, you know what's going on, so you see the details. There's not much effort really being put forth into it.
I'm Jane. No. I'm Jane. No. Jane. Tarzan. Jane.
So as you can see, I'm watching Tarzan, so it's not exactly hard for me to know what's going on. I can see what's going on. I don't really have to go into detail about it. Another example is like photography or books. Like you see what's happening. You don't really have to go more into detail about it. And another thing is hot and cold media, as McLuhan says, they're not real definitions. They're, as he said, attempts to capture the experience of media, which I think is a very good definition for it.